What's up, guys? CryptoSavy here. I hope everyone's having a wonderful day. This is your daily Bitcoin, Litecoin, and Ethereum update. Definitely subscribe to the channel if you haven't already for these daily updates. I do them every single day. Also, I want to remind you guys there is a free Discord group in the description below the video. Definitely check it out. It's an awesome community, guys. Let's get on with it. All right, guys, we're going to take a look at the news headlines first. And chain analysis says Bitcoin price stable for now, but future doesn't look so bright. Here's the real reason behind the Bitcoin price drop. Everybody always thinks they have the real reason. The real reason is it's in the charts. Everything's baked in. It's really weird how it works, but stick around and you'll see. Bitcoin faces another down day as equities reject stimulus. Bitcoin is holding its own. That's not too shabby. It did do pretty well up against the markets. The traditional markets were dropping pretty hard yesterday, and Bitcoin managed to hold itself pretty well. And I am seeing breakout today in Ethereum and Litecoin, and Bitcoin, I believe, is next. So I'm looking for a possible 6,400. We're going to talk about that in a minute. Let's go over a couple more headlines. Bitcoin Cash seen driven by long saw institutional buyers. Garbage. Bitcoin lacks momentum and a break below 5,000 could be imminent. So kind of bearish news. Obviously, the fear and greed index is at 12. Yesterday it was 11. It raised 1 point. Still an extreme fear. Let's go into the monthly first. Just take a quick look at it. As you guys know, if you watch the channel, we had this trend line on the bottom here off of these 3 wicks, and we did get a nice bounce off of that. We did get rejected big time at 92. I think next time we get above 92 and get it for support, we'll be in pretty good shape. Let's take a look at the weekly. So on the weekly here, we have the possibility of coming all the way back down here and testing this around 2,500. There is lower targets too. They're starting to look less and less likely. Something I want to point out, though, is the 200 EMA. And yes, I said EMA, exponential moving average, not the simple moving average. Bitcoin's young, the Bitcoin market's young, and more volatile than normal traditional markets. So, well, not lately, but anyways, it's better for the price action. It follows the price action more. It's more touchy than a simple moving average. Looking at the weekly, our EMAs, the 13 and the 20, or the 8 and the 13 EMA have crossed the 55 EMA. That is bearish, but we are above this 200. As long as we're above this 200 EMA, I am feeling safe to say that we're still bullish. I'm not saying we're gonna stay that way, but I am short-term bullish today, and I'll show you why here in a minute. We do still have the 21 above. If we get a nice move up here, it can turn this all around. But let's look at the RSI in the weekly. We're going to have heavy resistance when we get back up to this trend line here. As you can see, it's been a major deal in the past. Support and resistance. Actually, we had a capitulation back here. You can't see it. Coinbase doesn't go back that far. Popped back above, came back, tested for support, got support. We did the same thing last year, tested it for support, got support, but we have broken down back below. So keep an eye on this in your weekly RSI. Now let's take a look at the daily. So you guys can see I have these. These are all the Fibonacci retracements, these targets here. That's all that is, Fibonacci retracements on the way up. As you can see, we have this trend line that we broke through over here, and it was a long-term trend line on our downtrend here, and we broke through over here. If we were to come up today, the 6,400 is looking good. We're going to have resistance here at the 8 EMA around the 57.75 range, and then again somewhere around the 6,200. But I do think it's a good possibility we can get up to 6,400 in the next day or two. If we look at the daily, we have plenty of room in the RSI. We've popped back inside our rising channel here, and it's looking pretty good. We're getting decent momentum. No divergence as of right in here, so that is looking good. Yeah, we'll see what happens here, but we'll dig in a little bit deeper. But if you guys been watching, I had said we needed to get back above this. That's why it's red, the 5400, and get support on there. So it wouldn't surprise me if we came back down and test this for support today or tomorrow before continuing up. But I am looking for this 6400 right now, at least. As you can see, the volume is declining while we're in this, so it's starting to look like this triangle is ready to break. We're going to take a closer look at it over here. As you can see, we had this triangle drawn in there yesterday, and I said there's no real big moves till we break it. We are getting rejected at this trend line right here. If you guys are new to the channel, definitely give it a like and a thumbs up. Take a second out, do that. That's all I ask. It's awesome for the channel. It helps YouTube get it out there. I really appreciate it. Smash them likes. And let's look at these trend lines here. This bottom one, I drew off these 3 wicks at the bottom, cloned it, put one up here because of all the resistance that got off these wicks. And then I put one at the top of here, top of here, top of here. They're all the same trend line, just cloned. But as you can see, they have been significant. Every time we hit them, there's support and resistance all the way around. And as of right now, that same trend line that we just looked at to get to the 6400, if we break here today, if we're able to break the 5700, guys, our next stop is going to be, we'll get some resistance at the 55 EMA around the $6,000 range. And then if we can break 6,000, I'm pretty confident we're going to at least 64. If we're able to break 64, and that's probably not going to happen in one day, not saying it can't, but we could get a BART pattern here. And if you look at the measured move of this triangle, if we were to break out, the measured move actually gets us all the way up to around the $8,100 to $8,200 range, which is the golden retracement zone right here. That is the golden retracement of this whole move. Now, depending on what's going on in the traditional markets, it looks like by what Bitcoin is looking like, either it's going to pull away from the traditional markets if they go down more today, or the traditional markets are going to get a relief bounce. As you guys know, my Dow target is 16.8 is where I see major support. If that breaks, it's pretty ugly. But like I said, I'm looking for the 6400 range here. If we can break above this, it does look like we are breaking out now. But could go as high as the $8,100 to $8,200 range, guys. That is the measured move. It is looking good. If this ends up being a fake out and we come back down and break down, then my target is going to be, actually, that's not going to be it. It's going to be around the $2,700 range would be the measured move down. But remember, guys, we're going to get support on this trend line here, which would be about 42.31. Then we could get support at a double bottom, and that's if we go down. But things are looking pretty bullish, guys, right now. And I'm not saying that we go up here and it's straight off to the moon. What I am saying is we could get up in here and get our rejection, a hard rejection at one of these. And it's probably not going to be straight up, guys. I'll just draw a line in there and just give you an idea of what it may look like if we break here. We may come back down, retest this for support, go up to that 64, retest this, bounce around a little bit. Or, you know, we could get one of our crazy rallies and just continue up and go to that 8,000. But I wouldn't so much expect that. But I do look for the 64 in the next, maybe today, tomorrow. As you can see in the RSI, whoops, look at the RSI here. We do have room in the 4-hour. We are coming to the top of this falling broadening wedge. If we're able to break this, guys, that will be pretty damn bullish. That'll get us up to at least this 6,400, and then we'll see from there. You got to keep an eye on the RSI. As you guys know, I don't like to use a bunch of indicators, as they are just noise. The more you use, the more confused you'll get in the market. But the EMAs also are flipping here on the 4-hour. As you can see, they are flipping bullish. We did get rejected at the top of this triangle again. Let's see if we can break it, which most likely I believe we will be breaking that today. We may come back down for a retest of this 54 first. Yeah, let's look at the 1-hour. Same thing in the 1 hour, guys. Our 1 hour RSIs have already turned up. We are getting support on the top of all of them at the 80 MA here. Still looking to break the top of this triangle. In the 1 hour, the 200 EMA is going to be right around here, around the 5,900. 5850 to 5,900. We may see some resistance there. Come back down to retest and then continue up to our target of the 64, and then we'll have to see what happens after that. But it does look like we may come down and test this 54 again before breaking out. It doesn't necessarily have to happen. Let's look at Litecoin. Litecoin has already broken out of its triangle here, and so that's what's making me think we get to at least the 64, if not higher, for Bitcoin. But as you can see, this trend line here, that was holding us back along with the top of the triangle. We were getting resistance there. We did break back above. We seem to be getting support on the inside of this bigger falling wedge. Our target's still, it's been here forever, the 39, which is also the 0.236 EMA. Does look like Litecoin will at least get to 39. After that, as you can see, it looks the same as Bitcoin in the 4 hour RSI. If we get up here and can break this, most likely we're headed up this way. And on here, that would give us enough room to get to it. If we can break the 39 and get support there, next move is 4150. After that, we could be looking as high as the 4753. And to retest this trend line here that I had said if we broke down, I was going to get extremely bearish, and we all know what happened. We came back, tested for support, came back down. We could come all the way back up here. That's also the 200 EMA. So if Bitcoin was to get to the $8,000 range, I see Litecoin getting to around the 52 to 56, possibly all the way up to its golden pocket zone, which is going to be between $62 and $63. I don't see us going that high right away. The RSI would have to reset and whatever. But as of right now, 39 to, excuse me, 39 to the $42 range, along with Bitcoin's $64 range. Let's look at Ethereum. Ethereum has broken out. Oh, wait. Go back to Litecoin and take that measured move here, guys. First off, if we looked at this as a falling channel, right here being the resistance that we broke out of, support down here, if we just took a measured move of that, even though I believe it was a triangle, but we'll still take a measured move, that would get us around the 4450 range. So keep that number in your head. And let's take a look at if this is a fake out. We broke down. We could go as low as 16. We do have good support at our double bottom would be 22.23. There is our trend line here. Old long trend line. Around 1950 we will get a stop. But like I said, guys, I think we continue up from here. And the measured move up from this triangle is at 52.76. So it is looking like we could possibly get up there. Let's look at Ethereum. Ethereum has broken out. It was actually the first one that broke out. If we look at Ethereum's RSI in the 4 hour, I would move it down, adjust it a little bit. Also, guys, if you guys are interested in trading, definitely check out down below. I got some exchange links down there. They're exchanges that I actually use, and you can get some bonuses using my links. So definitely check it out. Pretty interesting. I've been using Dudex lately. I'm going to be doing a tutorial on that if you guys want to check that out. It actually has a risk management feature that's pretty good, especially if you're new to trading. Even experienced traders, it's a pretty unique and cool tool. Only Dudex has. Also, I'm going to be doing a Dudex trading competition. Just a friendly competition. If you guys are interested, definitely get on the app or get on the Dudex exchange, sign up. It only takes a couple minutes, and I will give more information when I make my tutorial for it and release it in the next couple days. But anyways, we are coming back up to test this resistance. I do believe we're probably going to pop through on Ethereum also. As you can see, it's doing pretty well. And if we did a measured move, that would get us up actually to... We're going to have to put a different target in there because the measured move is not lining up with the Fibonacci. So we're going to go ahead and put this in here. going to change that to green or yellow. And we're going to put a price target in there. And this is the measured move from that triangle. Around the 178 range, which would also line up pretty close with the 200 EMA. So 178, 180 would be the measured move up from there. So guys, the market's looking actually pretty bullish. We're going to have some resistance at the 137 range. That's probably going to line up with the top of this RSI. Also, we're going to have some more resistance here at this long-term trend line, which is going to be around the 155 range if we can break that. Again, resistance at the 0.386 fib, which is around 166, and then our target being 178. So yeah, it actually doesn't look too bad for the markets today. Keep an eye on it. This could be a fake out, turn right back around, but the EMAs all look strong. Everything looks good. I hope you guys are having a great day. Definitely don't forget to subscribe to the channel by clicking the CryptoSavy logo above my head. Smash that like button. Leave your comments down below. That gets you entered to win a free t-shirt. You can check those out by looking at my wife's webpage below, inkyourimage.com. Thanks a lot, guys. I appreciate each and every one of you. Take it easy. Have a great day.